I'm a slut. And so are you. And so is anyone that someone wants to put down for absolutely no reason because they're jealous or they're angry or they're just a hateful, mean, nasty person. This is the last video in a series of 3 that I'm doing on the topic of slut-shaming. I did one where I asked girls, so click over here if you want to see that. And I also did one where I asked guys, so click over here if you want to see that. They gave really good responses, but this video is going to be my responses and also my reasoning behind why I wanted to do these videos. It's kind of a personal topic for me. It's something that I've been called by multiple people on the internet for posting photos showing my stomach or legs or something that people just find to be inappropriate, a bikini picture or something horrible like that. And a lot of people left comments saying that women are in fact the ones that slut shame more than guys, which is true. In photos and in videos and sometimes in circles of friends, girls will call another girl over there a slut or a whore or whatever, and it sucks and it's horrible. But in my personal experience, in my personal life, in my interactions with people, not online, I've experienced this type of thing more from guys and seen it more from guys. And a lot of the guys who do this kind of thing, they don't do it because they feel like this one girl has slept with a lot of people. It's because this one girl has slept with somebody that they personally are jealous of or they personally don't like, and it causes problems. And that's actually something that happened to me, and I was slut shamed for one of my previous maybe not so great decisions, but at the time I didn't know better. And you know what, sometimes people just want to have fun, and that was a period of my life, and I'm just going to be honest and open about this, that I was just not a happy person. I was depressed. I had just gone through a breakup of a relationship that I was in for 7 years, and I did not want an emotional connection. I did not want to be with somebody intimately in that way. I just wanted to have fun and then leave and feel nothing. And that's what I had for a while until I got myself into a relationship that meant something to me. And now I'm back on track, kind of how I used to be before that, where I didn't want random meaningless things, and now I do want something, and I'm happy now. But that doesn't mean that whenever someone has sex for fun that they should be slut shamed, and that's what I see all the time from guys and from girls. Now, whenever I did this video and I had the guys answer, my friend Chris actually brought up the fact that a lot of girls slut shame.
Especially in today's society, I feel like it's less about the men calling women sluts, and it's about women calling each other sluts. People in general are so judgmental, but women are so mean to each other.
And he's right, of course. A lot of girls slut shame in photos online and stuff. I get crap from girls way more than guys. If I post a bikini picture, guys are like, yeah, that's great, that's awesome. But girls are like, oh my god, I cannot believe you posted this picture. I'm so offended that you showed your stomach. Apparently that's some horrible offense to the internet. It just frustrates me that guys can post shirtless pictures, they can flex, they can be attractive, and people are just fine with that. There's no issue with that. You know, guys can sleep around with a lot of girls, they can have connections with girls or not have connections with girls, but regardless, they're given the high five, they're given the thumbs up, and they're a stud while girls are sluts. And I've fallen into that category before and been accused of it, and it's a hurtful thing. It makes you feel bad because no girl wants to feel dirty. I mean, and girls are sexual creatures. Just because you're a girl doesn't mean that you don't want to have sex. A lot of people view women as individuals that just don't want it. So whenever they do want it, it's like, holy shit, this girl has a sex drive, she must be a slut. And if you act on that, you get shamed for it. And I certainly am tired of it. While I look around and see guys all around me having way more sex with way more people, and I am still the one who takes the hit whenever it comes to that kind of thing. So it's a personal thing to me, and it frustrates me to see people talking about each other, whether it's a guy slut shaming or a girl slut shaming. I felt like it was an important topic. And I also wanted to see the reactions that I got from people from posting these 2 videos. And I kind of already knew what I was going to get. I had a feeling that the video I posted with women was going to get more of a backlash than the video I posted with guys. And I feel like one of the reasons for that is because the audience that I have cultivated on my channel, now this doesn't apply to all of you, but a lot of people who watch my stuff, also watch TJ, also watch Repsion, have this thing against feminism. I've made videos before calling out extreme feminists, but that does not make me an anti-feminist. As much as they'd like to call me one, it doesn't. There are still women's rights issues that I would like to be able to comment on without people jumping on me like I'm some sort of feminist crazy bitch. And that's exactly types of comments that I've gotten. People think that if I even touch the subject of women's rights, I'm this crazy feminist that thinks that all men are horrible individuals. And that's not how I feel. And I feel like I've explained myself enough in videos to not be accused of that, but it happens all the time. Whenever I make videos against feminists, I'm complaining about the types of feminists that are radical, that are extreme, the ones that say tampons were something invented by men to rape women. Ridiculous things like that that make absolutely no sense. Professional victims, things that they are upset about that really don't matter or are just so nitpicky or just completely lie. You know, that's not the kind of thing that I'll ever make a video on. I'll make a video whenever something happens in politics where women are having their rights taken away. I'll fight for abortion rights, I will fight for contraceptive rights, and I will fight whenever I see double standards and discrimination of any kind, and in this case it happens to be slut-shaming. But I still get comments like this: unsubbed, can't support feminism in any way. Come on, Jackie, you've been creeping into the feminist zone as of late. But you know what? Sometimes it's needed, because like I said, the backlash on the video where the women give the answers is so much worse than the men. I get comments like this: haha, all these sluts are speaking, smiley face. And you might just think that that's a funny joke, but it's not. It's something that I've seen commented multiple times, hundreds of times. People calling the actual girls, my friends in this video, calling them sluts. And that's very frustrating for me to see. And it's also frustrating for me to see women who comment on those videos and they try to be supportive, but in a way that's not supportive. They say, oh, you know what, I have nothing against women who want to have sex, you know, that's great, all power to them, you know what, but it's not personally what I would do. You know, and that's great, but I don't understand why they have to constantly, and this happened in so many comments, the women who were in support of it felt like they constantly had to say, but not me. Like, I would never do something like that. But you know what? Great for them if they want to sleep with guys or if they want to have sex, but that's great. But my number happens to be very low. You know, it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. It's like, imagine fighting for gay rights, but always, every time you say something in favor of gay rights or marriage equality, being like, but I'm not gay, you know? Of course, I would never want to marry a woman, you know, because... But all power to them. If people want to get married same sex, that's great. But I, of course, I wouldn't do it. And that's just the kind of thing that I kept saying, and it just rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. You know, I get that their intentions were good, they were trying to be supportive, they were trying to say something nice, but whenever you have to constantly cushion what you say in like defense of yourself because you still deep down have that discrimination even in yourself towards, you know, the slut-shaming thing, it's just like, it's frustrating for me. It's something that is so pervasive in our culture that it's in the minds of girls, it's in the minds of guys, and people still think that it's not relevant, even after that. I got comments like this: are you trying to bring awareness to the mentally handicapped in this video? What's the point of making this video? Isn't it obvious? Well, in my opinion, most of the stuff that I post on my channel should be obvious, but it's not, because people are bigoted, people are mean, and unless you put stuff like this in people's face in a way that's funny, in a way that's informative, in a way that's entertaining, sometimes they won't even think about it, and then they just continue on with whatever prejudice they had before, and it doesn't even cross their mind that they're being hurtful to someone. So yeah, you know what, this topic is important. It's important to me, it's important to a lot of people that I know personally, and I feel like it's something that I see so much of online and in my personal life, that it's just like, it got to a point where I was so frustrated that I wanted to make a video, and I also wanted to point out the differences between men and women, because I knew the women wouldn't be received well, because people see women talking about women's rights issues and they label all of them crazy feminists, and they see men talking about women's rights issues and it's like, well, obviously they can't be feminists because feminists all hate men and they're men, and why would they hate themselves, therefore that's okay. If you look at the like to dislike ratio between the videos, the men have significantly more likes and the women have significantly more dislikes. So that's very telling in and of itself. So there you have it, that's why I wanted to make this video. And as far as the questions go, I would just define slut as a term used to bring women down, a term used to shame women for being sexually active. That's it. Sex to me just, it could be something intimate or it could be something for fun, and there's nothing wrong with either way. I never hide myself from anyone. I don't hide my views, I don't hide my videos, I don't hide my atheist stuff, I don't hide my political views, and I would never hide my history with people, my relationships, and my number. I would never hide that, because if that's not something they like about me, then I don't want to waste my time on them. I would not want my partner to lie to me. I would never ask, I would never put them in a position where they felt like they needed to lie, because honestly, it's none of my business. Whenever I start seeing someone, if I care about them and we enter into a relationship, whatever they have done before me, no matter how big or small the number is, it doesn't matter. If I fall in love with someone, all I care about is how they are now, and whatever happened to them before has made them that person. So if I care about who they are now, then everything that happened before is probably a good thing because it made them who they are. So why would I complain about that? I think society shames women and not men just because it's a cultural thing. I feel like it's the same reason why society is super religious. It's just something that we've been kind of indoctrinated with. We've been brought up with things being a certain way, and now we have to think a certain way about it, or we've been programmed to think a certain way about it, and sometimes it's difficult to deprogram your brain kind of, to get rid of that brainwashing and to kind of realize that, you know, what you thought before might not necessarily be right. And it's always important to question yourself and the standards that you hold for yourself and for other people, and to not be judgmental. And that's pretty much the biggest point that I wanted to make with this video. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Like I said, make sure to check out both the men and women responding. I feel like both of those videos came out great, and I'm so glad that I had people willing to talk about this kind of thing on camera, because it's very personal and it makes a lot of people very uncomfortable, but I feel like their answers were great, got the point across, and I'm happy that I did the video. Crazy feminist or not, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!